Any object in flight after being thrown with some velocity is called a projectile, and its motion is called projectile motion. We often see projectile motion in our day-to-day life. Projectile motion. Any object in flight after being thrown with some velocity is called a projectile, and its motion is called a projectile motion. Suppose if you see this figure, if you are throwing a ball in flight after being thrown with some velocity, and which object you are considering a ball. So ball is called projectile, and the motion of this ball is called projectile motion. So the path covered by this projectile is called the trajectory. Once again, the object which you are using for the projectile motion, that object is called projectile, and its motion is called projectile motion, and the path covered by that projectile is called the trajectory. When projectile is in such a motion with some initial velocity u, say you have thrown the ball with some velocity u over here, moving under the influence of Earth's gravitational force. What we have considered here, when ball is in flight, then the force acting on that ball is only gravitational force. There will be a frictional force due to air also, but that we are not going to consider. Here we have to consider that the projectile which is in such motion, which is in a projectile motion with initial velocity u, moving under the influence of Earth's gravitational field only. Let us assume that initial velocity of this projectile is u, and its direction makes an angle theta with the horizontal surface. So theta is angle between the direction of the initial velocity, horizontal surface. Here u is resolved into two components. As we studied in the vector chapter, we can resolve a single vector into two components, like a u cos theta and u sin theta. Now the question arises, which is cos and which is sin? You always remember the component with theta, nearby theta, is always cos theta. The component which is with theta, near to the theta, is always cos. Otherwise, you can resolve and see whether it is which one is cos and which one is a sin over here. See here, I have resolved u into one horizontal and one vertical component. So I call them as a ux, and here we call it as a uy. Now we want what is ux exactly. So what I will do for that, I'll consider this shaded portion of the triangle. Means this triangle I am considering. If it is theta, this will be a opposite side, and this is, as it is a 90, it is a hypotenuse, and this is nothing but adjacent side. Now what we will do, I want this adjacent side one. So adjacent comes with the combination of hypotenuse. What is that? It is a cos. So what I can write, cos theta is equals to adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So what is adjacent side here? It is a ux. And what is hypotenuse? That is u. And it is cos theta. So can I call ux equals to u cos theta? So here ux value is nothing but it is a u cos theta. Similarly, if you solve this also, you will get here uy is equals to u sin theta. If you solve this triangle, obviously you will get, see, if this is theta, obviously this angle also theta. If this is theta, this is also the angle theta. So theta, opposite side, then hypotenuse, then adjacent. Solve for sine, you will get u sin theta over here. So what is the value of ux? That horizontal component, it is a u cos theta, and vertical component uy, we can write it as a u sin theta. So we can say here u is resolved into two components, that is initial velocity. The horizontal component u cos theta and the vertical component u sin theta. The horizontal component remains constant throughout the motion due to the absence of force acting in the direction. Means if you are talking about u cos theta, it remains constant throughout this traveling of this projectile because there is no force acts horizontally on this x-axis. That is, the velocity along x-axis, we can take a final velocity vx along x-axis, that's why we are giving here suffix x, is nothing but ux itself because no force acts on that. So it is nothing but u cos theta as we seen. But what happens with the vertical component? Now horizontal component remains same because there is an absence of any force acting on that direction. But when vertical component you are talking about, the gravity act on that. So how to take this vertical one? The vertical component changes according to the one of the kinematical equation, that is v is equals to u plus at. So we are talking about vertical, so suffix y we have to give, whether it is a final velocity, initial velocity and acceleration also, as acceleration is related with the velocity. So suffix y, and time is independent of axis, so we will not give any suffix over here. So v equals to u plus at. Now what will happen? The acceleration during this vertical traveling of this projectile is minus g. How come? See, the ball or a projectile which you are considering is going up against the direction of gravitational force. Gravitational force try to pull the projectile down, but your projectile is traveling in opposite direction to that gravity. So acceleration will be negative. So it is a minus g. Remember, when your projectile is moving in the direction of gravity, it is plus. If it is going against the gravity, it is a minus. So acceleration, vertical component of that acceleration is nothing but it is a minus g. And uy, we know that it is a u sin theta as we have shown in the figure. Uy is nothing but u sin theta. Now what will happen? So if you substitute these two factors in the kinematical equation of motion, that is velocity along y-axis become vy. What is uy? Uy is nothing but u sin theta. So I'll write u sin theta over here, and ay become minus g. So plus into minus, minus gt. So this expression is reduced to this. Remember, theta lies between 90 to 0. See here, theta maximum 90 can take because it is a vertical to horizontal. 90 is a maximum. It can be 0 to 90 degree. So theta lies between 0 to 90 degree. Now one of the kinematical equation you consider, that is the displacement of any object, is given by s equals to ut plus half at square, which you have already studied in 9th standard. So you have to modify this also according to the given concepts. So the displacement of the projectile, in this case the displacement of the projectile in the horizontal direction. First you talk about your horizontal direction. So as we have seen, there is no change along with the x-axis, as in no force acting on that. So the equation reduced to s suffix x, it shows that it is a horizontal component, is equals to, what is u at the horizontal? It is a u cos theta. Horizontally it is a u cos theta, and t ka t. As no gravity act, because you are talking about a ground, surface of the ground. So no gravity comes in action, so that term will be absent over here. Now proceed to vertical component, that is a displacement along y-axis. The ball is moving like this, means it is a related with the horizontal as well as vertical. So displacement along with the vertical, what will happen? U, vertically what is your u? That is uy, that is nothing but u sin theta. So u, in place that u, you write u sin theta, t is t itself. Then a become minus g, since it is a vertical, so it is a plus into minus, minus half gt square. Call this equation 1, call this equation as a 2, call this equation as a 3, and call this equation as 4. So 4 equations we have kept ready. On the basis of these 4 equations, we are going to derive few formula in this. Now, as your projectile is moving up against this gravity, the vertical velocity of that projectile keeps on decreasing. However, your projectile goes up and becomes 0 at particular point at certain time. So what we have to do, at that time the height of the projectile is maximum. If you see, at particular time your vertical velocity keeps on decreasing as the projectile goes up and becomes 0 at certain time. So at that certain time the height of the projectile is maximum from the ground. So the height I called it as h over here, and the point P indicate the position of that projectile at a highest point. Now after crossing this P, the velocity start increasing in the downward direction. Why? Because now your projectile is moving towards the ground. It travels in the same direction of the gravity. So what will happen? The velocity of your projectile goes on increasing in downward direction. Now as the projectile is now falling under the Earth's gravitational field, finally your projectile reaches ground, that is at point Q. So point P indicate maximum height, point Q indicate final position of the projectile on the ground. So once again, when the projectile started traveling vertically, its velocity goes on decreasing, and at certain point P it becomes 0. Means the velocity at point P is 0. And when it start traveling towards the ground, its velocity goes on increasing and reaches the ground at point Q. So there will be a time taken to travel such a trajectory. So what you have to take? Let the time taken by the projectile to reach the maximum point, that is P, be T0. So I will take the time taken to reach P by that projectile as a T0 over here. The trajectory is being symmetry. See here, the path covered by that projectile is symmetry, means this side also same distance, this side also same distance. So what you have to take? The time taken by the projectile to reach P is same as time taken to reach the ground also. So the total time to complete whole trajectory is given by 2 times of T0. So what you have to take here? Total time capital T will take to complete whole trajectory is given by 2 times of T0. What is your T0? T0 is nothing but the time taken by the projectile to travel half of the trajectory, that is up to maximum point. Then it is coming down, then half of the trajectory is taken as again T0, because since it is a symmetry, so it becomes T, capital T is equals to 2 T0. So call it as equation 5. At the height point P, T is equals to T0 and Vy is 0. As I told you, at the highest point P, velocity is 0 because it is a vertical velocity we are talking. So Vy you can take, and T become T0. The time taken to complete up to O to P is nothing but it is a T0. So what you have to do? Consider equation 2. As we are talking about velocity along with a vertical component, so take a equation 2. So what you have to substitute over here? What I told you, T become T0, Vy becomes 0. So the equation 2 will be reduced to 0 is equals to U sin theta minus G T0. Once again, Vy becomes 0, T become T0, means it is 0 equals to U sin theta minus G T0. So your expression reduced to this. Equation 2 become this. So solve this for T0. What you have to do? Bring this G T0 here this side and U sin theta as it is. So T0 equals to U sin theta by G. So this is the time taken to reach highest point P by the projectile. Once you got T0 value, substitute this one in equation 5 so that you can get the total time taken for this flight, that is capital T. So what you have to do? Capital T is equals to 2 into T0 value you have to take from this. So the equation becomes total time T is equals to 2 into U sin theta by G is the time of flight, the total time taken for the flight. Now this is the one of the expression you have to remember, total time taken for the flight. So highlight this. This is one of the expression we got. Now proceeding further, I call the horizontal distance traveled by this projectile as a capital R over here. So the distance between O to Q, initial position of the projectile to final position of the projectile, that is called R, that is called range. So R stands for range. So what is the total time taken by the projectile to cover this range, that is O to Q, is given by R is equals to Ux, as the X is the horizontal component, and T. So now you are familiar with Ux, that is Ux is nothing but U cos theta, and T become 2T2. T become 2T0. So what you have to substitute? U cos theta 2. What is T0? U sin theta. Yeah, you can substitute capital T from here directly. That will also do. So U cos theta, and see here Ux ka U cos theta, capital T became 2U sin theta by G. So if you solve this, U into U become U square. You can combine these 2 sin theta into cos theta in one bracket and G ka G. So what you will get? U square. 2 sin theta into cos theta, one of the formula in trigonometry, that is sin 2 theta. So 2 sin theta into cos theta is nothing but sin 2 theta, G ka G. So this is the expression for the range. So let me highlight this. Now proceed further. What you can do? Now I want maximum horizontal distance traveled by the projectile. So how to find out that? As you see, the quantity R is dependent on initial velocity, gravity, and the angle made by the projectile with the horizontal, that is theta. So what I will do, if I want to find out the maximum range, maximum horizontal distance traveled by the projectile, how we can find? You take range of sin theta. That sin theta range is nothing but positive 1 to negative 1. So the sin theta lies between -1 and +1. So maximum means +1. So what I have to substitute here? I have to substitute sin 2 theta equals to 1 to get the maximum value of this range. So what I will do? Sin 2 theta, where is 1? From the table, we can write sin 90 is 1. So sin, just remove them. So 2 theta is equals to 90 you got. So theta is equals to 90 divided by 2, that is a 45 degree. So your R, that is horizontal distance, become maximum, that is the maximum horizontal distance, is nothing but theta become 45 over here. So if theta become 45, 45 into 2, 90. Sin 90 became 1. So 1 into U square itself. So maximum range will become U square by G itself. So for theta is equals to 45. So this is nothing but the maximum horizontal range traveled by the projectile. So what is the thing you have to understand here? If you want to throw your projectile horizontally such that it covers maximum horizontal distance, so you have to make a 45 degree while throwing the projectile. So the projectile makes 45 degree with the horizontal to reach or to cover maximum horizontal range. Proceeding further, now it is a concept of horizontal. Now we are going to find out maximum height. So if you see in the projectile, so if you see in the diagram, so maximum vertical distance is traveled by h. So horizontal r, that is range, the height is h. So you have to find expression for h now. So how to find out expression for h? So what I will do, I'll consider equation 4 here, that is sy equals to u sin theta t minus half gt square, as it is a vertical displacement. So vertical displacement we are considering as a h over here. So sy is replaced by h over here. So h is equals to, what is the expression reduced to? The equation 4 reduced to h is equals to u sin theta t naught minus half gt square, that is gt naught square. So u sin theta, you substitute t naught value from this t naught equals to u sin theta by g, but u sin theta by g minus half g and t naught square. So t naught value once again u sin theta by g square is there, so I put. How to solve this? U into u, u square, sin into sin, sin square, theta and g का g minus half g. Say take a square inside, u square sin square by g square. So this is the expression now. Now cancel 1g with this g. So 1g is remaining over in denominator. So what is the reduced expression now? First term as it is, u square sin square theta by g half u square sin square theta by g. Now what you have to do? You have to take a LCM by equating the denominator. Here 2 is there, 2 is not there. So what I will do? I'll multiply this with 2. Now what it will become? 2g became LCM. Now 2u square sin square theta minus nothing is there means 1. 1 u square sin square theta. 2 minus 1, only 1 u square sin square theta is left. So it is the final expression will be, what you have to write? The final expression became, here only I will solve for you. It is a 2u square sin square theta minus u square sin square theta. That is only u square sin square theta divided by 2g is the LCM. So what it will be expression reduced to? This expression reduced to the height travelled by the projectile is nothing but uy square divided by 2g. Now equation of motion for the projectile, very important concept we are going to discuss now. As the projectile starts from x, that is 0, displacement as 0, we can write sx, that is the horizontal displacement as a x and the vertical displacement as a y. So what is our expression for sx? That is u cos theta into t, that we already seen from equation 3. So what you have to do? T is equals to, just you keep t here only and u cos theta you send it this side. So it is a sx by u cos theta. So what is your sx? It is a x. So substitute here x by u cos theta, call it as equation number 7. Similarly, what you have to do for sy? Sy expression, that is nothing but vertical component, that is a vertical displacement, y is equals to u sin theta into t minus half gt square, that we already seen. Now what you have to do? U sin theta, t ka value substitute from this. What is t? X by u cos theta. So in place of t, I'll write substitute x by u cos theta over here minus half g. Again t ka value I substitute from this. So it is x by u cos theta whole square. Proceed further. U get cancelled. Sin by cos is tan. X ka x. Minus half g. I will take g with the u square cos. See, if you take square inside, x square u square cos square theta it became. So what I will do? I will write g inside by combining u square cos square theta and x square I will take out. Doesn't matter if you do so. Now if you see this expression, if you write properly like tan theta x half g by u square cos square theta x square as shown in this expression. Here I am just highlighting this expression, very important expression it is. So this is nothing but it is a quadratic in x. If you see, it is a quadratic in x. Quadratic means power 2. So this is the equation when you study about this is the equation of trajectory of the projectile. So the path covered by the projectile is shown by y is equals to tan theta x minus half g by u square cos square theta into x square. If you compare this above expression with the parabola equation, so you are going to study the 3 types of curves, hyperbola, ellipse and parabola in maths subject. In that, when you see the standard formula for parabola is nothing but y equals to ax plus bx square. If you compare this, it is same as that. See here, in place of a you have tan theta, x ka x. Then b is nothing but minus half g by u square cos square theta, including minus you have to take b value, then it becomes plus bx square. So this is similar to this expression. So what you have to do? So we can conclude that this is the equation of trajectory, that is a path covered by the projectile. So this expression shows, or this expression is similar to parabolic equation, standard equation of parabola. So we can conclude the path travelled by the projectile is nothing but parabola. So thus the path trajectory of the projectile is a parabola.